Hi there guys, and welcome back to Xbox On. It's Bex here, and today we have a really exciting first look at a new campaign mission from Hitman 3. Just launched today on the 20th of January from IO Interactive. Returning as the iconic Agent 47 with the help of your old long-lost pal Lucas Gray, your ultimate mission is to eliminate members of the Providence organization, traveling all across the globe to assassinate your way through its leaders. But that's enough chat for now, let's get into the good stuff and the gameplay. So here we are on the tallest building in the world, in Dubai apparently, for our first campaign mission. There's a training option for new players if you like to play that and brush up on your assassination skills. And you can access all of the locations around the world from the launcher on the main menu. It's also worth mentioning just now, if you've played Hitman 1 and 2 and own the games, Hitman 3 will actually act as a launcher for you, so you can load those up, and it carries cross progression, so you can go and replay those missions with new unlocks that you can achieve, as well as any other achievements you've already done. Look at the hot air balloons. I was just enjoying the view, to be honest. And this is a new gadget for Hitman 3. Take a little selfie and unlock the windows.
In position.
47, the inauguration is taking place close by. Once you've infiltrated it, get your bearings. I'm sure there must be floor plans somewhere.
Understood.
We need absolute focus on this one. If Ingram and Stuyvesant are alerted to our presence, we may lose them for good.
I was blown away at the light reflections at this point as well. So gorgeous. Even the detailing on the metal pipes and the concrete there. I was playing on the Xbox Series X, which Hitman 3 runs at a really smooth 4K 60 frames. It felt really, really nice to play. So we made it up to the party area, it looks like, and we're sneaking through the curtains. Look at that. If only it was that quick to change every day. Missed that barcode head. I couldn't help myself, sorry. Selfie. Even Hitman needs to take a selfie every now and again. The level design for this mission was absolutely unbelievable. The building looks absolutely incredible, and I really wish I'd had a look at some of the other levels. Can't wait to play those. To see the level of detail in this is so grand. And looks amazing in the 4K resolution too. All that gold. So I did just pick up a wee pamphlet that gives us some intel. While I was touring around the building, there is optional intel pamphlets or even things you can overhear that will help you on your mission, or maybe unlock a new way of completing your targets. Look at that though. I really like how the music escalates and drops depending on the areas that you walk into. I had to look down, sorry. Again, this is supposed to be the world's tallest building that they've just built and opened. And our targets are here for a meeting with the Sheikh. So that worked out quite nicely. Attending the same party. Walking around, I really liked how the NPCs kind of acted. Each of them are kind of doing their own individual thing. And some of the waiters will speak to you and say, hello. Hello, sir. How can I help you? Utilizing that crowd blending function as well. Maybe useful if you're taking down a target in a more open public place. And here I'm just really taking in the level design again. All this grandeur and gold with the confetti Some of the earlier missions in Hitman 1 and 2 have been really redesigned to look just as good as this as well, with improved animations for the characters and screen space reflections like that we can see on the floor just here. Oh, here I'm getting a little too close. He's so happy about it. Sorry. Moved away before that became too much of an issue. People started to recognize me, you know.
Make them understand why all of this is happening. And that terminal gives me an idea. There's a server room near the Sheikh's personal reception. If you can gain access to it, we might be able to recover useful.
Okay, so that's our old pal Lucas Gray talking to us just now. He'll be in our ear from time to time, as well as Diana Burnwood, obviously our agency handler. And you can see just then in the menu, I'm looking at mission stories. So there's various ways you can go about the different mission levels. I chose the mission story, How the Mighty Fall, but you can replay the areas, go through different objectives, find different intel to gain different achievements, more XP, and other ways of completing the story. So from interacting with the object, we've got that new infiltrate the staff area objective. So I'm making my way there now. Again, you can kind of hear the NPCs having their own conversations in the background. Sometimes this will be helpful, revealing more intel that we can use for our targets, or just to get some good gossip.
All right, try this. 4706.
I really enjoyed the inclusion of technology and how it's used in this mission particularly, with Lucas talking us through our next steps and giving us some vital information from feeds he's found from the camera and other means around the building. Okay, so I was eavesdropping on this boy, trying to get some more intel out of him and kind of working out our next play. I really enjoyed how open the game felt in terms of my choices that I made. I could play it exactly how I wanted to, take targets or bystanders down how I saw fit, utilizing all of the space around me, like turning on that vacuum cleaner for one of the maintenance workers to find, so I can sneak out and deal with them. I went for just the merciful subdue and hit him in the locker. I didn't feel like dropping blood just yet. And you can see I'm getting some XP for the silent takedown, as well as cleaning up after me. So my boy on the phone's now moved around the corner. He's having a wee break, but wee break from life it would seem now. Now there was a non-target killed. I didn't check at the end of the mission whether that did affect my overall score. But again, like I say, it was really cool to just have the option. Could have taken him down a bit more peacefully. But we woke up and chose violence today. So at this point, I'm kind of looking around, checking my surroundings, seeing what my best play is. Maybe I could go into the kitchen, but I noticed a lot of workers in there. So I thought that might be too risky in terms of someone noticing that I shouldn't be in that area. But luckily I noticed that one of the guards walked away, so now was the time to attack the other one. And we change into our first disguise of the game. Dragged him back to the toilets. Again, trying not to leave a trail. However, there was a pool of blood because I picked up the scissors, which was a lethal takedown option. I didn't have a locker in here either to hide him in, so hopefully no one needs to use the loo anytime soon. And so I noticed that our first guard is becoming suspicious. I did pick up the wet floor sign to try and conceal the blood. Pass it off as some spilt cranberry juice, maybe. Luckily, at this point, he went and searched one of the stairwells, so I was clear. Dropped that there and followed the mission checkpoints.
I think I can open that window remotely. Scan the lock with your camera and I'll have a try.
So here I am using the camera again, which is a new default item that Agent 47 has on every mission and contract. It opens up locked areas, locked windows like I'm doing in this instance, thanks to Lucas reading that information, but it can also be used to find out intel from afar, or this is actually our photo mode tool as well, to capture all of the beautiful scenery in this game, like the dizzying heights we can see just now.
Reaching out to his worldwide network of lawyers and financial contacts, attempting to restore
Taking the scenic route
of the Providence partners. If Ingram and Stuyvesant were asked to a meeting, thinking they'll be told of new developments, I suspect they'd jump at the chance. There's a lounge area at the top of the building. It can be sealed off for private conversations.
So I stopped because I'm climbing carefully to avoid the partygoers and waitstaff's line of sight, especially the ones with the white dots above their head, just in case they spot me, for any unusual activity that might make guards on higher alert. This is just one of the story missions, again, that you can play through this Dubai level with. There are plenty of other methods. The choices are completely open to your particular playstyle. So I'm just checking my inventory as well by rotating on the D-pad. Seeing the different areas that I can explore. Again, making sure I'm looking at my mini-map to check any guards that are in the vicinity that I might come into contact with. You can also see my targets are moving about. There's one on the floor below me, as well as above me there, the red markers on the mini-map. So we always have a good look at their location. Oh, poor unsuspecting maintenance guy. I felt bad for that one, I really did. So again, hiding the body just to avoid any quick discovery that might alert the guards or anyone else that there's an intruder lurking about. And a quick costume change before accessing the server room and checking out our next objective, kindly provided by our pal Lucas Gray. Now this game is obviously the conclusion to the trilogy of the Hitman series, so it includes a lot of carefully placed story-focused moments, including some extended opening sequences or cutscenes to deepen the lore, as well as restricted loadouts or unique starting locations. However, whether you're an existing fan of the series or this is your first taste of the Hitman games, it's still a really enjoyable standalone story. Currently I'm hiding from the guards as they do their perimeter sweep because I obviously alerted that alarm. I did think I had a key for the maintenance room because I picked it up off of that guard that I stole his uniform from as well, but unfortunately I didn't have the lockpick or a wrench to bust it open, a crowbar to bust it open, sorry. The AI are pretty smart and do pick up on suspicious behaviour. However, if you played the games before, or the more you play this one, it does feel easier to learn their behaviours and notice patterns that you can exploit.
System online.
Yes, sorry about that, 47. Let's try again, shall we? I think I've got it. We'll need a key card to gain access. Someone in maintenance should have one we can borrow for a spell.
Now going through to maintenance, our next mission area to obtain the server room key card. As you can tell on our top left, I really enjoy how simple the HUD is, just with our objectives, our targets, our objectives on how to complete that campaign story, and the mini map in the bottom left, plus any items we picked up along the way on the right. Totally eavesdropping on that girl's phone conversation as well. And then I waited until that maintenance worker was around the corner out of the line of sight of the one that was on the phone, so I could take him down without any witnesses and obtain his key card. And hide in the body, obviously. I think I waited just a little too long to take him down. I was too engrossed in her juicy telephone conversation because she did obviously become suspicious with me. So there's only one option but to unfortunately take her out as well. And put them in their wee cupboard for a little nap. Picked up another key, and I did have some new intel, so I quickly checked that out to see what I'd picked up recently. Just 2 key cards and then the information point that started this storyline. Coming back now, we see an immediate change in the environment with the key card holder popping up.
Can you see anything different in the room?
Now, I didn't really figure this out at first. I kind of looked around the room and thought, no, I can't really see anything different. So I'll just yank it out again. All else fails, turn it off and on again. So this did put me behind a little bit. It wasn't probably the perfect execution of a Hitman takedown. Had to wait for the guards to appear coming through the minimap just now. And because that door was locked by the security override, I had to hide behind my pillar again and wait for them to go. Because I messed this up though, it does obviously provide lots of replayability. That's a really good point of this. I chose just one of the kind of story trees to this mission level. Experienced players will know that there's definitely more than one way to get the job done.
System online.
And I really like that this sandbox kind of vibe to it allows you to kind of play through your way. It does allow you to make some of the mistakes, as you can see me again making another mistake before I finally realized what the mission required of me. I'm playing on the professional difficulty. There are 2 other options, an easier and a harder difficulty. Probably on the experience difficulty is a lot less forgiving. Maybe guards will notice you quicker. But luckily, because I was playing on the professional one, I was able a bit of room for trial and error. The interactions between NPCs are really funny to listen to as well. It feels like a real living, breathing world that we're playing in. So now they've gone, I decided to take a step back, actually assess if there was anything different, and that's when I noticed the screens reading the information different. And monitoring server disabled probably means that the alert system's disabled too. And we got it.
Access the terminal and use the calendar option to summon the Providence partners to a meeting. Good work. The meeting has been booked. The partners should be moving up here shortly. Huh. Looks like the lounge can be sealed off for private conversations. Handy. Excellent. I see the partners moving. You should join their meeting. Time to end this, 47. Building cameras are now disabled. Cameras are showing a lot of guards up here. They wouldn't suspect one of their own, though.
There was a couple of other options I decided to take advantage of while I was in the server room, like disabling the cameras just then and open up the elevator shafts to allow me more like freedom of movement around the level. I'm sure there are a lot of different options like that throughout the levels that you can take advantage of. There you go, taking out another guard. So a penthouse guard, I noticed that I needed his disguise to infiltrate the penthouse floor unnoticed. So costume change number 3. And I popped him in here with my other maintenance worker. I was quite fast on this mission and was lucky. I only killed one target, non-target, sorry. So if I was any longer, I might run the risk of some of them waking up and alerting other guards as to why they're hiding in a cupboard. This is a good time to point out that Hitman 3 is actually smart delivery. So if you're still waiting to get an Xbox Series X or S, but you can't wait to play Hitman 3, which is out today, then you can purchase the Xbox One version and it will be upgraded free of charge and optimized to that 4K 60 frame goodness. Accessing different areas now because I picked up that maintenance key from one of the NPCs I took down. I used the mini map for this area, watching the little dots that were obviously the guards, to make sure I didn't come into contact with too many of them. I didn't want to get into their eye line too much just in case they, you know, were pals with all the guards on that level and thought, you're not Jim. And I would have to say, yes, I am. What are you talking about? The sunglasses probably help though. So I'm hiding in this corner and I did save at this point, which is probably a definite recommendation that I'd have for you if you want to try out different methods of your takedowns. It's probably good to have a lot of save points. And I thought my heart dropped a second when that guard talked to me thinking that I was being discovered as not Jim, but he was just telling me to put away my gun. And look at this. I was really just enjoying the absolute beauty that is this game right now. Those god rays from the sun outside and oh, the light reflections in the water was really, really a pleasure to watch and play through.
The partners are alone now. I'll activate the panel controlling the room's security features. When you're ready, use it to start the show.
Here I'm getting through all the other guards, no problem, because of my appropriate disguise. Throughout the game, it won't give you such a detailed walkthrough, or especially depending on the difficulty you play through. But luckily for new players, returning players, there is a lot of guidance at the start. And at the top left, you'll notice that I have completed this story mission. So I've got my 2 targets in a room, and they're locked down with no guards to here. And also arranged a meeting for Lucas Gray to talk to them and speak about his revenge plan. At this point, I wanted to kind of stay back a little bit because I wasn't too sure in case they had like some personal security alarm on them. I didn't want to get too close and interrupt Lucas's moment either. Picking up the kitchen knife as opposed to that AK on my back as well, I thought that would be a quieter takedown when the time came. And I did notice that my targets had changed in the top left.
I'm just returning the favor. Providence has ruined the lives of countless people, expecting and facing no consequence for its actions.
Lucas Gray is here talking about our main antagonist of this series now, the Providence organization.
No more.
Your delusion
delusional.
Exposing us achieved nothing beyond moving a few pieces around on a board much more complicated than you can fathom. The world believes we're dead. What more do you...
I did go into the menu just then to see if I could save before I tried any risky maneuvers. Unfortunately, this wasn't in a save point, but that's because I didn't realize yet I'd already completed the mission, sorry. There we go. One target down. I thought, oh no, he's running away. So I did try and get out the AK, but opted for the throwing knife instead.
Finally, Stuyvesant and Ingram are gone. Providence will soon be no more than a bad memory.
Managed to take down both of our targets without anyone else noticing, and got Lucas his revenge he felt he needed. So I'm just checking out the area, making sure that I don't leave too many tracks, that I won't get noticed straight away from leaving the room. I thought I'll just hide him behind the counter. Checking out there was an option to poison. I believe Carl would have probably drank that drink if I did acquire some poison. That's another way I could have eliminated him before sneaking out of our lockdown room. Past the guards who didn't seem to mind too much that I was just crouched walking away. And enjoying that beautiful sunset of a job well done. You can see on the map there's various exits I could have taken, whether there was other intel I wanted to collect or maybe other challenges to complete, but I thought, let's just get ourselves out of there. A job well done, Agent 47. Unlocking a new area for some extra XP before exiting the mission. And there you have it, guys. That is a quick look at the brand new Hitman 3 Dubai campaign mission. Again, like I say, that was just one of the storylines I chose to go down. There is loads and loads of replayability for all of the new locations, as well as some of the old locations through Hitman 1 and 2, which have been beautifully enhanced for the Xbox Series X and S. Hitman 3 is available to purchase right now, the 20th of January, and offers smart delivery options as well as stunning 4K 60 on the Xbox Series X. If you enjoyed this video and want to see even more exclusive gameplay, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest Xbox news, and let us know down in the comments which location you'll be landing first. See you next time. Bye!